know, what's happening in Manipur now, Nancy. It says here, and this is went on army's invite. The 3 editors in Manipur Rao, they tell the Supreme Court, and the court considers shifting plea on FIRs to the Delhi High Court. Now, there's another infographic here. I'll just quickly read it out because there were a couple of editors, you know, of the Editors Guild of India who had gone to Manipur and to find and submit their own fact-finding report for their own selves. Well, reportage and journalism is also being questioned from Manipur because let's not forget, Manipur is currently torn between ethnic violence and socio-political fault lines. Absolutely. And people are unable to understand how to reconcile these two you know, dissenting sides and communities. But what's more is that the kind of journalism that's coming out, nobody knows if that's credible, nobody knows if you know, the right voices are coming out, nobody knows if it's neutral, if it's objective, if it's actually news at all, or if it's propaganda. So there are various claims from both sides कि इनके मीडिया हाउसेस काम कर रहे हैं, दूसरी कम्युनिटी बोल रही है आपके मीडिया हाउसेस काम कर रहे हैं. So this is why it's important that somebody like an independent institution like the Editors Guild goes there. Now, went on army's invite, the 3 editors have told the Supreme Court this in the Manipur Rao. Protection from arrest has been extended for these journalists. Court declines to quash FIRs against Editors Guild members, but considers transferring their plea to Delhi High Court, seeks Manipur government's view. And we're still getting visuals of, you know, the violence that's taking place and the protest that is being carried out. So many youths and youngsters very recently came out on the streets of Imphal and, you know, started going door to door, visiting all these civil society organizations, trying to understand and ask them, boss, what's happening? Will this continue forever? When will normalcy return to this hill state?
And as they should have gone there. My problem with the whole situation is that first you invite, whether they invited or not, they invite a independent, you know, organization like Editors Guild. They go and they report about an ethnic violence. Some people have to understand that whenever you cover an ethnic violence, there is going to be one community that is not going to agree with the reporting, with the kind of reporting that they are doing. So I don't understand why is there a need to, you know, make a ruckus out of it and say ki no, they are doing this and get them arrested. So again, the, you know, the freedom of expression and everything that also comes in. But
you're absolutely right.
But my question then again is that why would the army invite the Editors Guild at the first place? You know that they are an independent organization. You might, you know, if you have invited them.
There are various claims on the army as well that, you know, portion of the Assam Rifles favor a particular community and, you know, some in the Manipur police favor a particular community, which is why both these forces are unable to look each other in the eye as well, and they can't shake their hands on it. It also says that, and this is coming from the Supreme Court, ladies and gents, will set the wrong precedent if petitioners get to move Delhi High Court instead of jurisdictional High Court in Imphal, which is what Solicitor General Tushar Mehta has argued. Now, journalists say that they visited Manipur at the invitation of the army, which was upset over biased and unethical reporting in local media. See, right here. So, the army says that it was upset over the biased and unethical reporting by the local media. Submit letter from 3 Corps HQ in Nagaland to the EGI president, the Editors Guild of India's president. They submitted a letter from 3 Corps HQ in Nagaland to the EGI president. Again, you've got Nagaland now involved here again. Why would army invite EGI to come to find for fact finding, asks the Chief Justice. Journalist's lawyer Kapil Sibbal, again he's there always, some or the other case Kapil Sibbal is fighting in the Supreme Court every day, says army letter asked AGI to vet annexed media reports to see if they flouted norms and take requisite action. Is that something that the army can do or not is my question now. Because can the army, because it seems like कि भाई आर्मी ने बोला आप आइए एक बारी चेक कर लीजिए कि जिस तरीके की प्रैक्टिस यहाँ पर की जा रही है, how journalism is being carried out over here, is it upholding the principles, the ethical values of journalism? That was the question. The army was upset कि local media is not, you know, is it corroborated news? Is it is the news vetted or not? That was their agenda. CGI is asking why army needs to come in here. Kapil Sibbal says, well, this is why army called us there, and the Editors Guild must have thought that this is part of the responsibility.
Exactly. And when we talk about these kind of issues, we have to understand, the moment Manipur violence started, the ethnic violence erupted in the city, in the state, the only thing that came up again and again was the problem with the army professor, whether it's for security forces, that they are being unfair, there is police brutality, there is this, there is that. So I understand the objective of the army of calling an independent organization to come in and do the reporting, that see that this is what we have been doing nothing wrong. But something that you might think is not wrong, one independent organization came in, they reported, and now they're like, this can be something that is wrong. So now they're again questioning them only, that why did you come and why did you did this unbiased reporting, which I feel like that we don't know what the reality is, how much relevance the Editors Guild report carries with it. But still, how are you now questioning, and the offenses that they are making against them is something which is also something that is concerning to me, because as Kapil Sibal said, that once we give a report, there can't be offenses under the penal code on that basis. See the kind of offenses we are being prosecuted for, and how can these offenses stand? Like, you are asking to arrest them, you are saying that they did unbiased opinion, and if you pile up on it, if you keep piling up on it, then the essence of journalism is gone. If anybody can come in and anybody can object your report. Report is something that can be, it has to have some facts, but it doesn't have to be according to your way, according to the way you want it to get reported. So this kind of discussion goes around in democracy again and again, because India is a democratic country, so we have to prepare ourselves that as journalists, they are going to question the way we report things. But I think that this whole situation, I don't understand that why did army call the Editors Guild in the first bit if they knew that they are going to have
this
objections?
viewpoint of yours is also gaining traction, because this is what the Solicitor General also said inside the Supreme Court. He said the report by these journalists on Manipur is actually a bid to turn the crisis into a national row.
And it
So
is
this
important
this
that
is what
it does.
the SG says for the government. It says Solicitor General Tushar Mehta argued against permitting 3 Editors Guild of India members who have been booked by the Manipur police from moving to the Delhi High Court with their plea for quashing the FIRs. Mehta said the SC had earlier granted interim protection from arrest to some other people, but asked them to move Manipur High Court, which was open and functional. It will create the wrong precedent if the petitioners are given the relief of moving the Delhi High Court instead of the jurisdictional High Court in Imphal, which is the Manipur High Court. And the SC may find itself flooded with petitions seeking similar relief in many other cases. So, do you agree? This is how the SG puts it. कि आपके पास और भी केसेस आने लगेंगे, सब आपसे बोलेंगे कि हमारा केस बदल दीजिए, ट्रांसफर कर दीजिए. अगर उनका मणिपुर में केस लगाए तो फिर मणिपुर से ही केस लड़ना पड़ेगा. There is a noticeable bias in the coverage that is contributing to decisiveness and divisiveness and the violence. This is what the Editors Guild had earlier said in the Supreme Court.